Hey Similes, it's Deligracy here with a speed build of Laurie's house. Laurie is a character from my twins LP. She is one of a pair of twins, and the other twins' house is just next door, which is the one you can just see right now. That house I built in my last speed build. That's called Aria's house. I'll put it in the description down below if you want to check it out. But now we're building Laurie's house. So they are two separate houses on the one lot because I play both girls at the same time in the same family. But now that they're a bit older, I wanted them to have different homes. So that's what we're doing today. Basically, if you haven't watched the first part of this speed build or the first townhouse build, basically these townhouses are meant to be really contemporary, really modern. They're acting as kind of a fresh start for the girls because they've had quite a drama-filled life, quite a difficult life, you could say, although they are definitely loaded now because their dad was a very successful and wealthy scientist, Lionel, or as we like to call him, Lionel, and he made a lot of money, and these girls have both inherited that money and have been able to purchase their own first homes, and these homes are ridiculous first homes. So, they've downsized because they don't have a pool anymore, but they have a hot tub each or a spa each, so that's pretty cool. And nice, big, beautiful homes. And I've really enjoyed these builds because I've had fun making each of the townhouses whilst they are meant to look unified and similar on the exterior. Their interiors are actually really, really different. There's quite a stark difference between the two because in the LP, Aria's, she's a detective. In the last build, because I've been sick recently, I was really out of it recording the other build last night, and I called Aria a doctor. I got her confused with my other LP, which was really such a cringe-worthy moment to watch back. But anyways, hashtag Derpy Deli, that happened. But she is a detective. She's a good lady. She's a good egg, as we like to say here in Oz. I don't know if that's just an Australian saying. She's a good egg. Do you guys know that saying? If you guys are from Canada or the US or Europe or wherever. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. But Aria's got a very light aesthetic in her home. It's very light, it's very bright, it's very homely, but in an extremely clean way. And Laurie, on the other hand, she's a criminal. She is really badass. Although she has a good heart. She's kind of she likes doing naughty things, but she's a good person. And I really believe that there's people like that who can be cheeky, can be naughty, but they wouldn't do anything to hurt anyone else. Kind of like, that show Green Arrow. He's a good guy, but he does bad stuff. Or Dexter or something like that. Robin Hood, I guess, is the original. But anyways, Laurie's house in this speed build is going to be a little bit quirky. It's also going to be really dark. It's got a slight gothicness about it. Very slight, but probably more playful than Aria's. So Aria's kind of moved into her home. She's thinking, yes, I'm an adult now. I'm planning my whole life. This is going to be great. And I'm sorry I did actually do that kitchen in the past footage, and then I couldn't go through all the footage to find it. I didn't have time. So the kitchen is in there already, but don't worry, that kitchen's going to be changed up a bit in terms of color. But then Laura's kind of moved into her house and she's like, well, I'm going to make this feel like my home. So you'll actually notice a few furnishings from her old bedroom, from her old house. There's also kind of robot toys around the place, just because she's got a bit of quirk to her. And, if you're in your 20s, which these girls are, you're still going to love your toys and stuff. It's not like you suddenly become an adult age. Say you turn 18 and you're like, bam, no more toys, no more anything, okay? Laurie has figurines and stuff around the house, which I thought suited her personality really well. And she also kept one of Lionel's scientific machineries in her own den area. So I'm hoping that we move in a boyfriend for Laurie. I think that would be really good. And she was kind of interested in Grim. And I thought that would be so cool if she actually dated the Grim Reaper. I mean, how epic would that be? But she's also been wooed by Bryce, who was Esmeralda's son, but don't get him muddled up with Thorn. So I don't know, there's Bryce there, there's Grim there, and then there's also her ex-boyfriend. So I don't know who she should end up with. But anyways, I hope they have some boys moving in soon. That would be really nice, and they can start a family. So anyways, at the moment, what's meant to be the second bedroom or nursery, that bedroom for this build is actually going to be a gym where she can work out. Because Laura's always been pretty buff. She's been buff since she was a teen. She's got that kind of muscular body type anyways, whereas Aria's been petite or curvy. She put on a bit of weight, but she's still awesome. And yeah, just changing up the kitchen a little bit. We're going to go, we actually make this house entirely in brownie tones. And then we go back and we actually make it more dark and black and grey. Because I just felt like it didn't quite suit Laurie, and I just felt like I needed to go back and do it. The reason why I made it brown in the first place is I felt restricted by the exterior colours, and in the end I was like, you know what? The exterior can be different to the interior, and it's almost like Laurie bought this house and she's kind of redone the interior a little bit to her style, which I kind of like. So this lounge room, to begin with, I was trying to put a wall here with a TV on it, and I would have kept it there, except this room is actually double level, like the wall height is double. So when you move up to the second level, which we do in a little while, it just looked weird how there was a random half wall in the middle of the room and it wasn't really symmetrical to the floor above, and I was just like, yeah. So we do spin it around in a second. I really like these couches that came with the well-being stuff pack game pack. Oh gosh, I never know, I get them so confused. And we've got a lot of music in this house too, because Laurie, I would imagine her to be a bit of a band girl. She'd go to a lot of gigs and really be into her alternative music. So we've got a couple of stereos in here. One's here in the lounge room, and then we're also going to have another one in the gym, whereas Aria's house just has one. And this is an old trick which I brought over from The Sims 3. I've always crossed over glass coffee tables, and I just like a square coffee table, and there's not usually ones that are large in The Sims, or I don't think there ever has been really. Oh, there must have been at some point, but not that I can recall. These shelves, I wish we had more colors, because that's a fantastic basic shelf, and it only comes in 2 browns, and is it a reddy color or maybe a really light? I think it's like a really light color and then 2 darker browns, but they don't really go with that much, which is kind of annoying. So oh well, we make do though. And there's a lot of red accents in this house, so it's a little bit weird because Laurie and Aria, actually the twins, they had an evil maid who ended up seducing their father, Esmeralda, and she kind of teamed up with their evil butler. It is a really fun LP. But anyways, Esmeralda has this very expensive taste, and Laurie, in a way, it's kind of funny. Laurie has almost adapted a little bit of that taste as well, I feel like, but also there's a mixture of Esmeralda's taste, the taste of their last house, and also a bit of taste from their original house in Oasis Springs. So it's interesting. I guess that's the little bit of gothic in the home that we just introduced through a few candelabras around the house. But I definitely want to further develop Laurie's style as she gets a bit older. And I don't know, I don't feel like the girls will stay in these houses for very long. Like, I feel like these houses are temporary and they might move into some more traditional looking homes, possibly. I'm not sure yet. We'll see where the LP takes us, but I'm loving those new posters that came with the Cool Kitchen stuff pack. They're so cool. And it's just one painting that has like a gazillion different designs. It's so cool. When I did the review on the stuff pack, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And they keep going and going and going. And I was so excited. If you watched that, you would have been like, okay, calm down, Deli. I've also just, on the last part of this build on Aria's house, I actually asked if you guys would rather be called Simlies or Simmies, because I call my subscribers Simlies if you're new here, because I don't know, I'm like a lot of other YouTubers who don't really feel comfortable calling their subscribers because it's a bit impersonal. So I made up the name Simlies. I just thought Simmies is easier to say, so I made a poll. So you can vote on that poll. I'll put that link in the description down below as well. And yeah, it's just a bit of fun. So do let me know. I'm pretty sure Simlies is leading by a ton, but I just thought Simmies, people might be into that. I don't know. Anyways, loving this AstroTurf on the balconies, the greenery. I think that's really sweet. Lots of like little chairs to sit on around there. It's always really nice. And the thing that I do like about these townhouses is there's a lot of outdoor space, and it's nice and fresh, and little nooks around the sides of the houses, and that's cool. And these houses are actually in a really cool location in Willow Creek, because you can just see out the back there's a community garden. So I thought that was really beautiful. I thought that would be perfect for little Thorn, who will be living with Aria, because he needs to get his cooking skill up, and gardening goes with cooking really nicely. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And here we are placing some little cute kind of toy things around the place, little robots, little characters that I thought Laurie would be into. She'd probably be into anime too, which I don't know. It's just how I imagine the characters. I love building houses from the characters' imaginations that I have in my mind. Anyways, I went to work and I've just come back here. So we're introducing a few new things. You'll notice the style probably changes a bit because I've had time away from the screen. And I think that's really important, because if you have time away from the screen, you come back with a fresh set of eyes and your builds will generally improve a lot. So I enjoyed that. I actually am feeling a ton better, by the way. In my last video, I was just struggling at life because I was a bit sick. And today at work, I think going back doing your normal routine can help a lot getting better. But I bought so many juices and smoothies today and drank so much tea. Actually, I bought one green smoothie, which was full of kale and spinach and banana and all this stuff. It actually surprisingly tastes really good, because I was like, this is going to be so gross, but it wasn't. And then I had a juice that had carrot and ginger and all of that stuff, lemon in it, and then I drank lemon and ginger tea all day, probably 4 teas. I peed so much. TMI, but if you're going to be drinking a lot of tea, you just pee a lot. If you drink a cup of tea, I swear you pee twice as much as if it was the same amount of liquid, just water with no tea in it. I swear that's what happens. I mean, back me up here in the comments, but it's so true. You just do pee more. So, that's all good. And okay, so on the rambling again. So anyways, back to the build. This is Laurie's office. So she is in the criminal career, and I'm just like, that is right, isn't it? Yes. And this is Lionel's science machine thing. I don't even know what that is, but you're able to collect cool paintings or photographs of space from it, which is really cool. I think it's a microscopic thing. I don't know. Is it you get space pictures from it, or just micro images of something or other? But anyways, I thought that was kind of cool, and that room's going to change quite a bit. It looks a lot better once this build is finished, when we go back through and do all of the color changes. But we also put in a couple of things there from Lionel's old office, so I thought that was a nice blast from the past. The lounge room I just wasn't happy with. I just wasn't feeling it at this stage, so we're going to keep coming back to it. Loving the chandeliers, by the way. They're so cool. And in the last build, someone did mention to put some towels next to the spa or the hot tubs. I thought that was a good idea. So thank you to that Simile. Sorry, I didn't write down your name, but thank you. I'm sure you know who you are. All right, so this is the master bedroom. We've used a half wall to put behind the bed head, and that actually matches the townhouse next door. The thing that I like about putting the beds in front of a half wall is that if you have move objects on and hold down Alt, you can actually move that bed ever so slightly back, so the headboard actually crops into that half wall, and then the bed looks like it doesn't have a bed head, or rather the half wall is a really large bed head. So I kind of like that, and I play around with that a lot. Now, this is a green color I love, but not many people seem to like it. I always get into it, but don't worry, we're going to actually get rid of it. It's temporary for now. We're actually going to do something very outrageous in this bedroom in terms of color. In terms of color, this is G-rated, but I just think it was fun. It was fun. We'll get there in a second. But it's cool. It's cool. It's not something that I've done in a build before. Oh gosh, I'm talking it up now. It's just a cool color. But yeah, this backpack definitely came from Laurie's original room as a teen, and I just feel like I should still have a backpack. And backpacks are cool. I actually really want to get a black leather backpack. That's really what I want to get. But the ones I keep looking at are really expensive, and it's just difficult kind of justifying spending that amount of money. But bags are something I guess you have for a very long time, so yeah. Anyways, the fun color in this bedroom begins with this carpet, and this is when we begin making everything a bit black and darker, which I think suits Laurie really well. Definitely not my own taste, but I mean, I would rather live in Aria's house. But do let me know at the end of this build, if you did watch the Aria speed build as well, Aria's house, then do let me know which one you prefer in the comments down below. I'd actually be interested to see that. That star mirror and these canvases that are pop art, they are definitely characteristics from Laurie's old bedroom as well. And I kind of like carrying those things throughout the series, of course, when they do move. And that's the epic color. We go purple. Crazy, just because Laurie is badass. But yeah, I like carrying familiar objects throughout the series. I think it's nice. And also, of course, when we actually do move them into these homes during the LP, we will pack those important things that they want to keep in their inventories. So they'll have those, including the gravestones and the cow plant. The cow plant's going to have to go somewhere because we're going to keep that cow plant. Milkshake Cullen, I believe. And yeah, so I think this is looking tons better when we start putting in the black floorboards. It just begins coming together more. And brown and neutral colors are great, but just not ideal for Laurie. So Loza goes black, which is cool. And those really handy pot plants, actually, those big ones, I haven't used them much or utilized them much, so that was fun. Putting in a barbecue, we do put a table in here, but in the end I was like, you know what, Laurie's more the type of girl who would just hang out next to a campfire, probably smoke, hang out with friends, I think that's her kind of character, so that's why we replaced that, whereas Aria's the one who would host a barbecue kind of family and friends party. We've unlocked those career objects so we could get those chairs, and we're actually going to change this up gradually. Here we are making a few things black, and then we're going to change the floorboards soon. And once you change one thing, you then have to change everything. So this is when we start having a lot of fun. And it's great in The Sims 4. This is one great thing with swatches. This is the only positive about how easy it is to change all the colors, because if you had creator style, it would take forever. But in saying that, I really want a color wheel. We don't need textures. We just need a color wheel so we can make everything any color we want. It's like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen in The Sims 4. It just has to. I should start a poll again. I know there was one, but I feel like we need another one. So we're making the doors red. I felt like red doors would go with the exterior and the interior, probably the best out of all the options. And then we also have this very high contrast of black and white around the house, which is kind of cool. So we've got black, white, red, green. It gives a bit of an Asian style or influence throughout the house. And in this study, I wanted it to look really private. That's why we have the curtains drawn, because Laurie's going to be a little bit secretive in there. So we have a lot of wood paneling, and it's all cool beans and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty much all coming together. Yeah, green, red, purple, black, and white is really the theme, with hints of other colors, of course, but that's about it. Anyways, we're going to go into the screenshots now, or in a second. And I love those lights behind the bed. I think they worked out a lot better, and then we put these little side lamps through them, so that looks kind of cool. Anyways, so this is the house. I also fixed up the exposed, I had a range hood on the side of the house. Love this shot, it's so pretty. I think, I don't think all countries call it range hoods. In the kitchen, the thing that goes above the stove. Do you guys call it a steam hood? Steam catcher, perhaps? But we call them range hoods here in Australia. I'm pretty sure that's what we call them in New Zealand. I don't know about the UK. But anyways, here we are having a look around the house. I like the yellow chairs. Bit of fun, hints of pink there. There's always a little bit of crazy in Laurie's house, like little bits and bobs everywhere. There's a very private office of Laurie's, much like her father's was, and some nice little seating areas just here. I love that big pot behind the chess table. It kind of becomes unified with that circular picture behind it. I love yellow and black and greys. I think that looks awesome. The gym, which will hopefully be turned into a children's bedroom, and the epic bedroom, which is pretty outrageous. Love it. And I also love the black leather chairs. I think they're pretty cool with the studs on them. They look like Laurie. It's definitely Laurie. But let me know which house you preferred. If you haven't watched the other one, I'll put it in the description down below so you can go watch that as well. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what kind of build you want to see next. And I hope you're having a lovely afternoon. Oh, I mucked it up. I mucked up my own outro. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll speak to you soon.